Alrighty, we have a couple work from home jobs processing documents, something I know a lot of you are looking for. So these kind of jobs includes things like generating forms, gathering and auditing information, and doing a whole bunch of data entry. And what I really like about these opportunities, you're not going to be tied to the phone all day. So let's get into them. So the first document processing job I have comes to us from Adapt Health. They offer full service home medical equipment products and services. So the first thing we're going to do is land on their careers page, and we're going to sort location by remote. They have quite a few remote jobs open right now. They have some dispatcher positions, intake positions, customer service, patient care positions. They have a whole bunch of opportunities. The one I'm going to talk about today is this documentation specialist position. So this is a full-time remote job anywhere within the United States. I did not see any location restrictions anywhere on this job description. And what you do is create and generate electronic forms requesting patient documents from physicians and insurances, as well as collect and manage patient eligibility documents. Additionally, you'll be responsible for maintaining a timely revenue cycle for all goods and services provided by Adapt Health. So yeah, you'll create and generate forms requesting specific information from physicians' offices and insurance companies. And some of that information includes prescription-related information, certificates of medical necessity, letters of medical necessity, prior authorizations, clinical notes, and lab results. You'll also escalate recurring problem accounts or physician groups or other trends to the management appropriately and in a timely manner, and serve as a backup to the customer service department for customer concerns, issues, complaints, or questions. And that's just in a backup capacity. You're not going to be tied to the phone all day. So for this job, you need your typical soft skills, such as you're a good communicator, you're a problem solver, you have good customer service skills. They want you to be comfortable using computers, and you have knowledge of Microsoft Office. You also have a high school diploma or equivalent, and they'd like you to have at least 1 year work-related experience in healthcare administrative, financial, or insurance customer services, claims, billing, call center, or management, regardless of industry. Now, they don't tell us how much they'll pay for this position, but based on my experience looking at similar roles, I think this job could pay anywhere from $16 to $18 per hour, but there's no way I can guarantee that's how much you'll make. You'll have to work out your salary with them. That's just based on my experience looking at similar roles. So our next document processing job comes to us from J.J. Keller and Associates. They provide regulatory safety and compliance solutions. They're looking for a compliance documentation coordinator. This job is full-time remote. They have a location of remote work from home in Wisconsin, but as we take a look at this statement here, they tell us if you're near the corporate office in Wisconsin, you can choose to work in the office or from home. And then they tell us for those outside the local area, this role will be entirely remote, performed from your dedicated home office in the U.S. So that tells me this job is full-time remote anywhere within the United States, and you'll work Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. Central Time Zone hours. You don't have to live in the Central Time Zone, just translate your local hours to those hours. So your main responsibility in this job is to audit various documents on behalf of clients in a metric-driven environment. You'll audit driver qualification documents as well as DRUG and ALCOHOL information for clients. And I had to spell those two words because I know YouTube is a little weird with some words. You'll identify discrepancies, check systems for pertinent information, and enter information into applicable systems. Work with client service specialists to obtain and or validate client information and update that information when necessary. And you do all that while maintaining knowledge of local, state, and federal regulations, as well as maintaining confidentiality and client information under FCRA, HIPAA, and other regulatory entities. They want you to have a high school degree or a GED and at least 1 year experience in a general office setting. In lieu of that, they'll consider a combination of experience and post-secondary education. It's a plus, but it's not required. It's a plus you have experience in a highly regulated industry, or you're able to learn complex regulatory standards. You're really comfortable using computers. You can navigate between multiple screens and computer programs, and you have strong organizational skills and attention to detail. Now, scrolling up a little bit, they tell us they'll pay you $18.50 per hour. And I also want to mention this. They tell us they have a camera on culture. That means you need to have your camera on for meetings and internal interactions. And they tell us they use Microsoft Teams for video communication. So there you go. We just went over 2 work from home jobs processing documents. You're not going to be tied to the phone all day. Hopefully one of these jobs works out for you. And if you're looking for more work from home jobs, check out this video right here and come back to this channel frequently. I post work from home job leads almost every day of the week, often 2 times a day. Thank you so much for visiting. I truly appreciate your support, and I'll meet you on the next job lead.